Hello. Our first behind-the-scenes trip today is for our Volunteer or Partner of the Year award. Over the last few years, volunteers and volunteer groups have been crucial in supporting the NHS. Whether you were transporting PPE, organising prescription pickups, or checking in with those who faced a long and lonely isolation period throughout lockdown, you were vital in providing a better quality of life, both on our wards and out in our community. You've also given your time to focus groups and helped with service design so that we can improve the care we provide and patient experience for those actually using the services. In fact, our volunteers have been so amazing that we were awarded the Queen's Award for Voluntary Services back in 2020. This award recognises those who have shown exceptional dedication, have been proactive, creative and flexible while having a significant impact on those they support and are an integral part of Berkshire Healthcare. And our nominees are Jim Henry Colk. Hailed as a ray of sunshine, Jim sought to help the NHS in any way he could after losing his beloved wife and receiving his own care from the NHS. While he originally worked as a patient visit coordinator, he was quick to adapt and committed to his role during the pandemic, becoming one of our first vaccine centre volunteers. Colin Powell, nominated for relieving pressure on the Traumatic Stress Service and Crisis Resolution Team. Colin took it upon himself to make well-being calls to those who were shielding or had limited support networks, making sure they were coping and helping them feel connected to the outside world. Andy Chun, described as a brilliant man. Andy supported our integrated care team by picking up and distributing provisions, PPE and more, making sure those who needed them received urgent and vital medications. Bracknell Forest Dementia Focus Group. This dedicated group of volunteers work with service users to improve care and have worked tirelessly over the last 18 months. They've provided training, developed virtual information sessions, and advised the local council and commissioners. And the winner is Andy Chun. A big part of our jobs is making sure that our services reflect the changes we see in the world, constantly working behind the scenes to adapt and improve our services while striving to make a positive impact on our service users. Our nominees have been key in making these changes come to life, supporting our people and our service users equally while being unafraid of change and always on hand to find creative solutions when there are issues. These actions make a real difference in people's lives, and this award recognises a person or team who have again and again shown a commitment to improving the quality of services as well as being innovative, working with several teams, stakeholders, partners and more to give incredible and measurable results to show improvement in services. Now, let's take a look at our shortlist. The Physical Health Team, made up of Kerry, Charlotte, Deborah, Donna and Farah. The team have been nominated for enthusiasm, commitment and can-do attitude. They increased annual health checks, more than trebling compliance, whilst also collaborating with other services and patients to identify the root causes and implement the Plan, Do, Study, Act approach. The ADHD Medication Initiation QI project team. Nazma, Rakendu, Michelle and their colleagues have worked tirelessly to reduce waiting times for medication following an ADHD diagnosis. Through flexibility and a willingness to trial new ways of working, all while working alongside the QI team, they eventually enabled appointments for the medication clinic to be booked on the same day. Postural Management Team. The Care Home Support Service didn't let the pandemic stop them developing a new service. Originally a pilot, the new Postural Management Service for care homes helps reduce contractures, the tightening of muscles and tendons. The team received nearly 300 referrals in the first year alone, and the service had clear positive outcomes for patients and the wider health system, thanks to the relationships they've built, and this is just the start. Carol Hazel. As a senior continence assessor, Carol has worked with various colleagues and departments to support our patients. After realising there was a gap in inpatient continence assessments after discharge, which led to patients getting less support than they should, she sought to improve the service, which has led to changes that have improved the care of our patients. And the winner is the ADHD Medication Initiation QI Project Team.
It's an absolute pleasure to be presenting the Unsung Hero category. You know the type of person we're talking about. Put simply, the nominees for this award are those who keep the organisation going. Keep them going behind the scenes, and without them, we'd be in real trouble. Whether they're handling admin tasks, domestic tasks, or simply the tasks that no one else remembers to do, these people often do not expect or ask for recognition, but have a range of skills that help and support our teams and the wider community. This award is for our unsung heroes who deserve to be recognised for the contribution they make to our organisation and the difference their work makes to us and our patients. Before we announce our 4 nominations, I'd like to make a special mention for Usman Sesay, who was nominated in our Unsung Hero category. Usman was a much loved and well-respected member of our liaison and diversion team. He joined our service back in 2016 and he loved his job and had a real passion for supporting those who found themselves struggling and involved in the criminal justice system. He really felt that by working in police custody, he was making an immediate and real difference to the vulnerable service users who found themselves in his care. Usman is missed by everyone who knew him and will always be fondly remembered for the contribution he made to the health and well-being of those making their way through the criminal justice system. Usman. Okay, to the nominees. First is Jan White, Receptionist and Administrator with our Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services. Her nominator said that she is a true demonstration of what makes the NHS so great and is one of the first faces patients see or speak to on reception. Her warm and welcoming nature helps patients feel more at ease. Families frequently mention Jan by name, relaying their gratitude to clinicians about the times she has helped them. She also supports a team with patients who may be angry or frustrated, knowing she can be a professional and reassuring presence. The next nominee, the Personal Protective Equipment Team. Well, the importance of PPE came incredibly quickly and brought its own issues for our estates and facilities team. The PPE team created a trust-wide cataloguing, storage and distribution system with almost military slickness, as well as supporting lateral flow test delivery. Despite redeployment, temporary staff and a whole host of pressures, they pulled together and did a fantastic job. The next nominee is Sue Clark, Business and Performance Manager with Impact. The passing of a patient or colleague by suicide is always incredibly difficult. And the Impact Service had to deal with both, sadly. And you can imagine just how difficult that really was. Sue has been called a consistent and solid presence throughout the team's grieving process, offering support while dealing with the loss herself. Final nominee, Cassie Finnegan, Head of our Mental Health Act at Prospect Park Hospital. Her colleagues have said she is someone they couldn't be without. Her knowledge of the Mental Health Act is phenomenal, and she uses her knowledge to spot and fix any issues before they become a problem, whilst also being an advocate for patients' rights in a calm and supportive way. Now to the winner. For this category, it was tied. We have 2 winners. The first is Sue Clark. The second is Cassie Finnegan.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be presenting this award this afternoon. Our non-clinical teams play a crucial role supporting both our frontline services and patients, often with a smile on their faces. These teams have a range of talents, and without them, we wouldn't be able to get our jobs done. From managing referrals to liaising with our service users, managing our data and IT systems, procuring our supplies, looking after our finances, and managing our estate, these are incredible people. On top of this, they support our staff well-being and make sure everyone feels valued and can express themselves. This award recognises a team which has had a direct positive impact on either patient outcomes or staff experience, while also helping to continually improve our physical environment and our services. So with that, let's find out about our shortlist. Our first nominee is the Talking Therapies admin team, a service that became even more crucial during the pandemic, particularly when taking over 3,000 calls a month. Within a week, the team had set up a home-based call centre, had equipment delivered, and the team were up and running to support those who needed it, while also supporting each other, staying connected, and having fun and activities to keep up team morale. Our next nominee is the East Mental Health Finance team. Being baffled by budget setting and feeling fearful of finance is no longer a problem in the East Mental Health Division, thanks to Teresa Northall and Donna O'Leary, who've made the complex world of finance easy for everyone to understand. They've also volunteered to account for the community mental health investment funds across the east of Berkshire and Frimley, and all with a smile. Our next nominee is the Integrated Hub team. While they may not be known far and wide, the Integrated Hub team connects and organises health and social care services across Berkshire for those who need it most. Even though they had to move to home working during COVID, they've still managed a 2-hour and 2-day service for our most vulnerable patients, showing impressive personal juggling skills and while still having good humour and getting through the tough times like a family. Our final nominee is the Business Intelligence team. Our Business Intelligence team really came into their own when asked to work with the Project Management Office on recent suicide trends within the Trust and how data can be used to promote better training and prevention. As well as providing the data the team requested, the team also identified relevant trends which had not been considered and shone a light on how we can improve these services. And the winner is Talking Therapies admin team.
Oh, still got my mask on. That's not good, is it? There's always one. Oh, that be seen down there. So, and it's always me. Sorry about that. Over the last 2 years, our clinical teams have stepped up, adapted to new system processes, and overcome challenges we couldn't have imagined before the pandemic. Despite everything, we've seen incredible dedication with outstanding levels of care provided. Our Clinical Team of the Year award is for a team who have worked together and because of their hard work have changed the lives of patients and staff through their talents and innovative thinking. And the winner is, we have 2 winners. We have the COVID vaccination team and the West Berkshire Community Nurses and Matrons.
It's great to be here. Thanks very much, everyone. I think scuba diving and dancing at the same time is synchronised swimming, isn't it? So, yeah, look forward to that. Non-clinical colleague of the year. We're proud to have so many amazing and dedicated individuals within our organisation. And with this award, we want to recognise those who have really stood out due to their actions, making changes that benefit their own teams, as well as others in the organisation as a result of making a real difference. They're the embodiment of our values of caring, committed, togetherness, leading by example. So here's the shortlist. First, Alex Meffin, our estates team supervisor. Alex nominator called him an EFM pandemic superhero. He's worn many hats, setting up and helping to maintain the flu vaccine drive through here at Ascot Racecourse and the COVID vaccination centre at Wokingham Hospital. He's tackled every challenge with good humour and a can-do attitude, whether or not he was on call. He's truly made a difference to the organisation and the lives of those that work within it. Next nominee is Anthony Colton, our network engagement lead with our Veterans Mental Health Service. Anthony was nominated for his dedication not only to our service, but to the entire Trust. Anthony's also worked to create and support multiple events and opportunities to support the Armed Forces, including the Armed Forces Staff Network, Courage, and Remembrance Day attendance, and a lot more as well. Amina Khan is our third one from the Credit Control Office with our finance teams. So in a time of uncertainty, Amina wanted to help where she could and volunteered for redeployment, finding herself working as a discharge planning and patient liaison at Oakwood Ward, Prospect Park Hospital. Quite a difference from her finance background and role. She arranged video calls from the patients to their families, which helped to ensure timely discharge and made a huge difference to them. And then finally, David Rees, our PPE warehouse coordinator. David's been called an LFT superstar by his nominator. While we may not have known the acronym 18 months ago, they become integral. He was a pivotal member of the LFT project team from the word go and worked tirelessly to ensure that distribution of the kits was planned, delivered in a timely way and recorded accurately, and all with a smile on his face. So the winner is David Rees.
Thank you, Rory and Jen. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and to present the award to one of our nominees for the Clinical Colleague of the Year. Our clinical colleagues have been on an unbelievable journey, and each one of those shortlisted has shown an extraordinary commitment to their roles, their colleagues, and the wider Berkshire population. The pressures were immense, but each of them took it on the chin and donned PPE and made adapting to new regulations look easy. They have been creative and innovative while changing the lives of service users, even when under enormous strain. With so much incredible talent, we couldn't stick to 4 nominees. So here are our top 5. Our first nominee is Graham Griffiths, Advanced Mental Health Practitioner with our CAMS service. Graham's dedication has ensured that children using the service have as smooth a journey as possible. Described as the unsung hero of his team, covering others when needed, starting a monthly journal club and the care of people waiting service, while also organizing support for his team too. Our second nominee is Jazz Davies, Senior Mental Health Practitioner and Care Coordinator with our Early Intervention Psychosis team. Jazz's enthusiasm and care for service users has truly changed lives. Organizing events, creating a bond with service users, some of whom have challenging and complex needs, and building a positive, healthy rapport with them and their families. He ensures they feel heard and are a part of their recovery, including helping to prevent an EIP patient from being evicted by liaising with multiple services and using his own time to do so. Our next nominee is Georgina Dodwell, the Acting Deputy Lead of Day Programs with our Eating Disorders Service. Applauded for her exceptional development and commitment, Georgina is currently acting as Day Program Deputy Lead, as well as being the only experienced member of the Eating Disorders Day Program, meaning she trains all new assistant psychologists with the same kindness and compassion that she also shows patients. Our next nominee is Abby Martin, School Health Assistant with our Reading team. Deemed the kind of colleague we would all like to have, Abby gets the job done while also putting others before herself. She went above and beyond when 3 colleagues left the service, taking on new responsibilities and showing great determination, leadership, and dedication in supporting the school nursing service to begin the National Child Measurement Program. Our next nominee is Luis Gallo Gonzalez, healthcare assistant at Wokingham Hospital. Luis's kindness and compassion goes far beyond what is expected of him for his patients. At the height of the pandemic, he would use his own time to sit with patients and keep them company. He even turned his hand to hairdressing when hairdressers couldn't come in. We may have 5 shortlisted nominees, but there is only one winner. And the winner is Luis Gallo Gonzalez.
So, the People's Choice Award. It's time for us to find out who you voted for as our first ever People's Choice winner. Let's revisit our nominees and find out who's going home with our last trophy of the day. First up is Charlotte Church, School Age Immunisation Service Lead and lead for our staff vaccination programmes. Charlotte's nominator told us she wasn't going to let a pandemic stop her from doing her job. When COVID threatened to disrupt her service, which is giving vaccinations to school-aged children at school, Charlotte quickly identified new venues where vaccination clinics could be set up, such as racecourses, just like the one we're at today. This fast thinking made her the first choice for supporting the rollout of COVID vaccinations to NHS and social care staff in Berkshire. Our next nominee is Linda Coulson, Senior Musculoskeletal Physiotherapist. Giving her all to both her team and her patients, Linda lifts spirits, whether it's launching the AHP Superstar Awards or paying particular attention to patients and following her gut. She's a gem to her team. Going above and beyond, she managed to help a patient and get him to A&E with her quick thinking. It could have been a very different outcome indeed. Third nominee, Jo Aubrey, Senior Locality Clinician with our Reading CBT team. Jo has been deemed a manager who inspires loyalty and pride. Working with frontline staff to find better ways to manage assessments more efficiently, she quickly has the backing of her team and continued working with staff to perfect the process. Her openness to ideas from the team is genuine rather than tokenistic, and she listens, respects, and values their input while always looking for solutions. The final nominee, Abby Martin, School Health Assistant. Her nominator said that she is seemingly never fazed with the constant changes of the last 18 months. Instead, she has spent the time supporting colleagues with their pivot to home and digital working. Even redeployment didn't stop Abby from checking in on our colleagues and supporting them in their work. Cementing her nomination, she also set up clinics in Reading and Wokingham so reception-age children could have their hearing tests. So time to announce the winner of the People's Choice. And I'm pleased to say the winner is Charlotte Church.